Welcome, everyone. This is Michael Gibbs, and I'm the founder and CEO of Go Cloud Careers, and I'm here today with another exciting guest. Today, I'm here with Angelo Coletta, and he's the CEO of Zakeke, and he's got an incredibly innovative solution that drives digital transformation, enables the world to get much more personal, enables organizations to be more profitable, and produce very customized products at the same price as mass produced products. So, I mean, it's truly, truly incredible. As many as you know that I'm also cloud obsessed, Angelo's solution is also cloud based, and we'll probably get to that. But really, the key is Angelo makes it that we can actually see what we're going to get before we get it, customize something to our liking, and then have it produced for us. And I'm going to have him walk through it. But, I like Canali suits. I wear a lot of them. I also wear, things that fit me. And he described a manner where I could literally prototype the model that I have on my mobile phone, see it in front of me, customize the product, and then have it shipped to me in a manner that is almost the same price as if it's mass produced or even the same price. And that is life changing. I remember when people used to ask me, Mike, is the personal computer going to go away? This is about 15 years ago. And I said, no, the personal computer is not going anywhere, but it's going to get a lot more personable. It's going to be your mobile phone that ties to your computer. It's going to be, a watch that connects you to your phone and your computer. And it's going to be customized to you. When I look at my system, somebody else's systems are totally different. So customization is the future. And Angelo's got a way to customize products. He's got 7,000 customers internationally, and there's some big ones too. So he's got some exciting to talk about. But Angelo, if you could introduce yourself and talk about your business for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll have a nice discussion between us.
Oh, thanks a lot, Mike, and hello to everyone. Yeah, for sure. You make an incredible introduction, so I'm trying only to outline something. But what we try to provide is a software layer to all merchants, not only online merchant, to provide to their customer a new experience based on visualization tool and customization the other side. My vision is that in 10 years, everyone have to offer a piece of customization, AR, maybe in the future holograms, NFT, and other things like that. To and these changes are really changing the e-commerce space. It's like if you come back in the past, you can remember when the website was only, one product, one price, and you have to pray to understand how to pay it and when it will arrive. Now you have hundreds of photos, and incredible numbers of rating review, hundreds way to pay, service for returns, and whatever you want. And this service, this ecosystem of service has changed incredible the way to buy online and the trust that people have on online buying. Yeah. And my opinion is that now there is another big change. Not product page in the future, but and a visual interaction based on 3D experience, 2D experience, AR experience, avatar experience. For example, Zakeke is integrated with an avatar, and so you can manage with a natural language if you want, and you don't want to use it your mouse to interact with this. We have integrated holograms, and we are providing try-on solutions. So the idea is that the way to buy online, it will be more similar at the way you buy in the physical world. And the physical world is upgrading itself, providing some experience that looks more than online experience. These omni-corners change will change totally the space. And so my opinion is that now is an early stage market, and the innovators are trying and using this platform. But in 10 years, no one can't use this piece of technology. And I hope most part of them will use the cake.
And I'd love to see more people using this Zakeke, and you've got some pretty interesting customers, which I'm going to ask you about in a minute. But I'll give you a personal challenge that I have. I'm a martial artist, or at least was, shattered my foot doing some training with some people in Israel, and couldn't walk for about 8 years. I now have a size shoe that's a 48, since you're European, and it's needs to be this wide versus the standard size 48. So I've got a super wide foot. Now, when I need a shoe that works for my damaged foot, there's only one shoe that I can actually buy that'll actually fit it. That's been designed to work for me. And here's the reality: it's not comfortable for me. There's certain things that I would change about it, but I can't change about it because it's the only 13 6E foot shoe that's got a hard bottom that New Balance makes, that was designed for my foot and my special things that are in there. But if I could buy a shoe with a soft balance that would still fit my foot and my orthotic, I'd be thrilled. Can I get a shoe customized for my desires, shape, texture, appearance, if I desired, with technology like this?
Yeah, for sure. The technology helps you to manage all the pieces of the shapes that the merchant behind can offer you. What happens is that in the last 10 years, many industries has become ready through a very strong robotization process inside the companies to offer customized product at the same cost of production of mass product. Gartner called this phenomenon like a mass production, customization. And what happened is that people want to buy special things for themselves. I say that this is the society of science, of imagine science, and you can. The apotheosis of this is when you stay on the beach and everyone has a tattoo. No, so you are talking like a stele di Rosetta, and so you try to explain yourself through science, and so people want to pay for a special science. And on the other side, most of the industries now are ready to offer this experience from their side at the same cost, and so they can manage. If they want gain more money, and maybe they can ask to pay more to their customers, or they can offer the same price to offer to their customer the opportunity to engage the brand in a different way. So in any case, there is a big space for a new way to make business, and the innovators and all the guys ready, the guys that are ready are starting using it. And when this is ready in the back office, you need a solution like Zakeke to transform this possibility in a real dialogue with your customers, online, in stores, because our solution is not only for online stores. Some of our customers, for example, some brands in the luxury like Armani, are using us inside physical stores.
I love
And
that.
many other industry use us as a get acquired system inside their B2B process.
Wow.
What is the same things that everyone is providing a better way to interact with the company through our platform. They are saving money many times, saving the time of their business people inside the company. Maybe they are selling more, and it's an incredible growth of the conversion rate when you stay online. We have hundreds of customers. Um, they can witness. Witness. I don't remember which is the right. They can be witness of the growth rate more than 100% in their companies when they are start selling customized product and offer a different interaction. For example, there is a producer of oven in the United States. It's an old producer, big one, and they told us that before using us as an interface, they have around 20 different models of Ubers, but the 90% of the sales are based on three models. Because in general, their resellers used to have the most seller oven inside the showroom, and so everyone continuing buying it. When it starts using during the pandemic, our interface, and so they are linked, people change because now people can decide to customize the product, and for sure they can see in their gardens the oven they are imagining to buy. And so the balance is changed totally. Now the most three old sold oven are only the 40% of production. And they had a conversion rate that has grown at 350% just because people don't need to go in a showroom to see the oven, and they can immediately see it with the
Yeah.
augmented reality in their gardens.
I really love that. I can think of other things. For example, in real estate, typically what happens is there's blueprints that are shown initially. And I'm a cloud architect, which is in the architect world, so I can look at the blueprints and I can picture the house in my head. I can see here's the stairs, here's the kitchen. I see it. But most people can't. So what they do is they sell it cheapest with the blueprints. And then once they build a sample house, then they raise the price 20, 30%, because now people have a concept of what it can look like. But with a model like this, I could see the house before it's even built. I can determine what I want. I can buy it cheaper as the customer. The builder can sell it without even building and wasting time and inventory on model houses or samples.
Yeah, for example, in the canvas industry, everyone is using AR to see the canvas on the wall. It looks stupid, but everyone, when is going to buy something to put on the wall, want to understand how it works with all the other things inside the room. And it's an incredible simple with your mobile phone. Just one click. Okay, it's nice. Yes, as I have imagined. Now you can imagine and check if your imagination works as you have imagined.
Yeah, honestly, you could use it for hairstyles. You could use it for plastic surgeries. You could use it for product customization. You could use it for pretty much anything.
Yeah, yeah. Our solution is focused on application for products.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The idea is that we want to be a plugin to empower your experience in retailing and e-commerce. Okay. But for sure, this kind of experience is something that is moving from one industry to another.
So, Angelo, my wife loves, loves, loves cats. I mean, she loves them. Would I be able to get shoes for her, like Puma shoes with cat pictures? She likes orange tabby cats. She likes tabby cats in general, Maine Coon cats. Could I conceivably have a custom made shoe for my wife that's got cats on it?
For sure. We have different customers that are using us to customize shoes. We have some. The name is Tatanelli, for example, is an American brand that are using us. So and she provides very nice shoes for women.
Oh, good.
We have a very important brand in the luxury industry for men's shoes, Testoni, and you can see online how incredible is the experience to buy shoes by Testoni. You can customize the materials, the models, the shape, and they are using us in their stores all around the world, and they will start selling it online too from the 1st of January of next year. So for sure, you can have this experience, and it's very very nice. And what we have seen in Testoni in the physical stores, their growth was around 220%
Wow.
of conversion in the sales.
So, you've got a solution which is pretty exciting to me. I love customization. Now, I don't love customization when it costs a fortune, but I love customization. And you being able to do it at similar pricing, that's pretty impressive. I guess a lot of customers are coming to you right now for help because this seems like something that a lot of people would love. What's your
Yeah.
client base like? Do you have any special customers you can say that you're working with?
No. I think that is a general, it's a general change. For sure, some industries are more ready than others, but you have to imagine that we are serving now 450 different industries around the world. We
Wow.
have customers in 135 different countries, 50% in United States and Canada. But what we have seen that really an incredible numbers of industries are start experience this new way to sell their products. But just to give you some example in different fields, we have people that are using us to configure cakes, but we have others that are using us to configure graves. This is the contrary one, and we have customers that are going to configure chairs, table, PC, laptop, caps, T-shirt, caps, whatever. We have There are some industries that are more ready to use this technology. All the industries like merchandising, gadget, engraving, and industries like that, because their business is based on customization. And so what they are really change is the process, how they provide this experience to their customers. On the other side, there are a lot of emerging market in the apparel, in the luxury, because in the last 2 years there is something that is happening. First of all, the mobile phones company, or maybe the mobile phones software solution like Apple and Google, have released the AR inside the mobile phone. So everyone will experience AR clicking on it. And so if you have to click on it, you need to have a 3D models on the other side. Without, you can't. And the second things that happen is that uh, everyone is ready to offer a piece of experience of customization their back office that they want to provide immediately online. And the luxury brand from that side, they have discovered that now it's possible to have a super high quality 3D models in a low poly way they can use in the experience of online buying. Because till 2 years ago, you can have a bag that looks like a photo, but you need 50 seconds to download it, and you can provide any rendering on your mobile phones. Now you can have a good trade-off between the super high quality and the speed that you need inside the buying process. And that's why, for example, this industry in the last 2 years is running in front of this new experience they can offer.
Yeah, especially with ARM processors, getting decent graphics processing on a mobile phone is now
Yeah.
feasible. Whereas before, we weren't going to be sticking a GPU that required 400 watts sitting in a mobile phone. But the ARM processors are doing a great job. GPUs have come a long, long way, making 3D and augmented reality for all of us in today's world, which I think is really exciting. Any special customers you can name by name that'll show people exactly how big this industry is?
Yeah, for example, in the luxury, for sure, we can talk about Armani. Everyone knows Armani is using us to configure bags inside their 65 stores, and they will start an online project at the end of the year. Uh, One of our customers is Ubisoft. Everyone knows Ubisoft. We have U.S. Army is another customers,
Wow.
and the Police of New York is our customers too. They configure, I don't know, the shields or something like that in their website. So we have a lot of brands that are famous in the B2B world. For example, we have the second big player, Eco Cup, in the cups producing in the world. We have many customers in the uniform market, like Dallas Uniform in US, but we have more other player like Area and Macron is talking with us. So there's a lot of people comes in this industry, and we have a lot of B2B player with brands that no one knows, but they are from small company to billions company. So what is nice of Zakeke that we have worked to offer this solution as a long tail solution. You can pay really a small amount of money for using Zakeke if you are really small and your amount of sales is really small, and you can pay a lot if you're a big brand. But everyone can experience the solution, and our vision that is that no one can stay without a visual experience tool on their website in the next years. And so that's why we don't want to create a price barrier to come in and to offer to the customer. Everyone then, in my opinion, it's nice that everyone can compete with the same weapons. And everyone have to pay in a different way.
And competition enables innovation and good
Yeah,
prices and everything else. So I'm definitely with you. I love competition, but it's that customization piece. That's getting pretty neat. Now, with customization like this and making customization affordable, I'm assuming we're using 3D printers and robotics and other things. Is that correct?
yeah. What happened is that there is an old market that make customization with old rules, but where the robotization has changed the price cost curve and the organization the plan. There are some emerging market, for example, the 3D manufacturing, when you can produce directly something that is not yet ready before, and you can create and produce from nothing, from scratch, you know. And so this is a very nice industry that is growing up. There is other industry in which some provide someone try to become like a plant for everyone that want to produce and sell some specific item without having a plant for producing things like breadfruit. And so we stay in the middle of this different business model, like the layer that helps them to enabling this opportunity. And so it's nice because from our point we can see some really big change in the supply chain, the market, and in the way that the companies are providing the full experience of their product, putting together different pieces in a puzzle, and we are a piece of this puzzle for many of them.
Now, from a research and development perspective, this is pretty interesting to me too. I'm a company that makes a product. I could conceivably ask my customers to design my next product, right?
Yeah.
Open it up to a contest. You submit your designs. If you win the design, here's $5,000 and a free whatever you designed. And that could take away the place of 30, 40, 50 people on a design team. Let the customers
Yeah.
say what they want.
Yeah, yeah, I think that for sure this is possible. I think that you can have a crowd, a crowd creativity.
Hmm?
But another things that, from my point of view, it's very nice that you can provide to all your customers day by day, because we have a release every month with new features, new
Wow.
opportunity. You can help them to see something that they doesn't know yet that they need. Because there's the market is done by two phases. Customers knows what they want. It's true. So you have to listen. Okay. But on the other side, you have the vision about the future. So you know something that your customers in that moment they doesn't know, and you have created a balance. And what I love is to provide uh, on one side, my ear is big as a company to learn. On the other side, my eyes try to look far to provide to my customers the better things that they can have in our platform to improve faster than the others their solution, and to provide always the best update solution and experience to their customers. And that's why we are every day experience new things. As I told you, an avatar interface. It's nice. You can talk with an avatar, and maybe you can program your avatar with your face, with your body, and maybe it can dress the things that you are buying in that moment. On the other side, for example, for our customers that are, for example, for the shoe producer, we have just finished to integrate an hologram solution. So maybe you stay in your store and you can see in a hologram what you are configured. It's incredible, nice to see, and so it's a good way to experience a new visual experience inside the physical store. And we are looking at metaverse with other things. For example, we will release our NFT plugin. The idea is that every merchant in our platform can be ready to, using only a small button in the back office, to decide to offer to their customer the NFT of what they buy, also they bought. They can decide to ask them to pay for the NFT. Maybe they can give them for free. And what happened is that they will receive meta-proof files ready for metaverse. For example, an NFT with GLTF inside that you can upload in many of metaverse. And for us, was it interesting that our customer will use for sure in a different way. We know that someone want to use like a gamification of their products. Someone they want to use it for certify that this product is original, typical from brands. Someone else they want to use the NFT to be in charge of the warrant with the product in the tech industry, for example. So what I'm sure that offering a platform that can help you to provide the NFT to your customers, everyone will find a better way to use it in their market, and we can see them and learn something more. And this is the job that every day I'm trying to do with my team to offer really only touch point inside Zakeke where you can experience and create uh, the the visual layer for your customer, the customization layer for them.
I think it's going to produce increased customer satisfaction because it's going to get rid of the I didn't really want this, I wanted this.
Yeah,
There,
for sure. What we have seen that there are three, four things that happens every time. First
okay.
of all, conversion rate is mathematic that is going to grow. January, more than 80%. We have hundreds of customers, more than 10%. Okay. Second, engagement, loyalty. You are interact with your brand. Maybe today I'm not buying my shoes, but oh, it's nice that the company that I love give me the possibility to imagine uh, my next gift, for my girlfriend, for my sister, for my wife. Maybe you have spent one day in a gaming session with your product, and maybe you will buy it next month. Okay, but this make a loyalty, retention, something like that. Another thing is important, as everyone knows, one of the lack of productivity in the e-commerce business is the words when you have to give back your returns.
Oh yeah.
Returns is a problem in the e-commerce industry. It's
Yeah.
one of the costs that you have suffered inside your business model. With customized product, zero returns.
Yeah, you can't return it.
So,
It's customized.
so for sure, more satisfaction, more loyalty, more retention, more engagement with your brand.
That's a really good point. So no returns, higher customer satisfaction. I really love that. Now, it's tech. Are you using the cloud?
Yeah, for sure. We are always in the cloud. We are using Azure solution, and but our technology works like a plugin on cloud solution. So we are using for some services AWS, but we are really fast to move from one to another if we see an opportunity.
And that's the smart way. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify on two clouds and leverage the best that each cloud has to offer. That makes total sense.
Yeah, competition is always good for cloud services too.
Oh, absolutely. I would never say, "Hey, let me put it all on this cloud," and then the cloud has an outage, and I'm done. My business is closed until it's fixed. That's just crazy. But each cloud does something better. Google's been making algorithms now for forever. Look at the
Yeah,
machine learning that Google can do. Azure's experts at digital transformation in businesses. They got a lot to do there. AWS is extremely good infrastructure because they've been building infrastructure for themselves. Lots of automation. So there's each cloud has something pretty terrific to offer. And when you use them all, wow, you really got something.
yeah. We're working on cloud as a total automatically scalable solution. So everything is managed by software triggers. And on the other side, we are moving all the platform microservices because our idea is that we can sell Zakeke as a whole, but we can sell Zakeke in a white label solution or embedded solution, uh, divided Zakeke in different pieces, because what I imagine is a granular version of Zakeke that you can embed it in different platforms, software, ERP, white label, etc.
And the microservices will give you even more speed and agility.
Yeah, for sure.
So you'll be able to reduce new products faster, better, faster, and cheaper. This is really innovative in every single way. Customized products and doing it with machines.
Yeah,
You're really
that's
sucking the cost out of the equation. And the
yeah.
reality is, you're dealing with the management of people out of the equation. So you're reducing costs and you're adding speed and velocity to the business.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the other things from my point of view for our solution is to provide this solution in the simplest way we find a way to manage it. Because, for example, it's a very nice metric. 94% of our customers are using us in a no touch way. They don't ask nothing to us, no email, nothing, because what we have tried to design is an incredible simple process to start using Zakeke, and a very clear guide, video guide, example, etc., to configure your back office in a few hours. What is nice is Zakeke is really plug-in, not only in as a software, suggestion, but is a plug-in in terms that you can decide this after this nice chat to offer customization to your customer. You can download a plugin for your e-commerce platform, and tomorrow morning you will be ready to offer it.
Oh, that's really neat. That's really neat. So simple, scalable, agile,
Yeah.
automated, and highly customizable. Oh, that's pretty incredible. So, how do people reach out to you, Angelo? How do people find your company to give themselves this level of agility and customization? How do they find you?
Oh, in general, they have different. There are some different touch points. First of all, our website for sure.
Which is what?
Sorry.
What's your website? How do people reach you?
In general, half of our conversion rate in terms of contract signed comes from our website. The other 40% comes from the marketplace of the most important e-commerce platform like Shopify, Magento, WooCommerce, PrestaShop,
Okay.
Shopify, and all the others where we stay in their marketplace.
Mm,
And the other part that in general is the mid-size and the big company comes to shows contact. We meet in the shows where we have a booth or maybe we have a speech, and through our channel networks.
okay.
So we work with many agency, e-commerce agency around the world, and because we want to be only software platform, we don't make any job about integration setup. So this is a job that someone want to outsource, they have to find a partner. So we have
Okay.
a list of partners around the world, and they provide us many customers, in general customers that are putting our solution inside a big picture because they are changing maybe all the digital process inside the company, and Zakeke can cover the piece from the line experience or maybe the B2B experience. And so this company in general works in the big picture, and we are a piece of this big picture.
Okay. So very interesting. So I think it's great. Cloud-based platform, customization product, customized products at the same price as bulk produced products. That's kind of exciting. So Angelo, I would like to thank you for being on this show. Is there anything that you would like anybody else to know about you or your company? How to reach you? How to find you? Things for
Oh,
them?
yeah, for sure. You can find through www.zakeke.com. This is the first things to do. I'm always online on LinkedIn. My name is Angelo Coletta. So everyone want to reach us. and discuss with me or my team, we are always open to show you a demo and to explain how Zakeke can help your business to grow faster and with less cost.
Fantastic. And I'm going to spell it out for the people that are there. So Z is in Zulu, A is in Alpha, K is in Kilo, E is in Echo, K is in Kilo, and E is in Echo. Zakeke.com. Because I think it's a really great, really interesting product. There's two pronunciations. There's the Italian pronunciation, which you're getting from Angelo. There's the more global one, and I didn't want any confusion on how to reach you. Angelo, thank you so much for coming in here. I look forward to hearing more about this. I expect a lot of really growth with this incredibly innovative product. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike.